Welcome to my review of the Onkyo TX-SR608. First place we're going to start with the front. It's a very nice looking receiver. It's about average size. It's not tiny, but it's not humongous. Has some front ports that are useful. There's HDMI on the front, as well as that main headphone jack. There's a setup mic, a aux input, and a line in. It has a dial type volume control. It has a lot of buttons in the front. As you can see, it's THX certified, which is a nice feature. Even if you don't have THX certified equipment for the rest of your system, it still means it's going to be a quality receiver. It has a dimmable display, which is nice. If it's dark, you can turn it down a little bit so it's not too bright, or turn it up during the day. There's that feature right here. On the front, there's also buttons for Zone 2. This receiver allows for a second room to be fed audio. You can turn it on or off, and you can adjust the tone, the level, pretty much all the things you can adjust for the audio in the main room. You can also select the listening mode. There's movie and TV, music, game, and you can just adjust those to your liking. Also on the front, there's buttons for all the different inputs. You can see Blu-ray, VCR, cable, game, PC, etc. One of the great features of the Onkyo 608 is the on-screen menus. There's two different menus you can get to. There's this little sub-menu. You can change the picture mode. Just leave it on through for now. You can change it to adjust for things like game, so it has quicker response time. You can also, the info section is pretty cool. You can see what the audio coming in is and what the audio going out is. So for this example, it's coming in through the optical port. It's going out in stereo to 2.1 channels. Same with the video. You can see what the input resolution and the output resolution are. The other menu you can get to is the setup menu. This is a more complex menu. You can do things like adjust the speakers, change the names of the sources, things like that. It has the Odyssey settings, and televolume, AV sync. There's a lot of cool stuff in here that you can look at later. One of the best parts is the speaker setup. You can use the automatic speaker configuration that comes with it, or you can come through here and adjust things manually. What I recommend is use the automatic setup and then come through and adjust things on your own. This is the remote that comes with the Onkyo 608. It's a pretty good remote. It has two settings, one for receiver, one for TV. So you can turn on your TV and adjust it the same remote that you use for the receiver. It has some more complex buttons. You can select the listening mode from the remote. You can enter the menu from the remote. A lot of things that most receivers you have to actually go up to the front for, you can do here on the remote. You can also turn the Zone 2 on and off. At the very top, there's a Zone 2 button. So if you have speakers in a different room, you can adjust those with the same remote that you are using to adjust the main room. This is everybody's favorite part, the back of the receiver. As you can see, it has 5 HDMI inputs and 1 HDMI output. That's a nice feature. It'll automatically upconvert from the other input. So for example, have the Wii plugged in, it upconverts to the HDMI out. So there's only one HDMI cable running to my TV. It does a good job of upconverting. It's not very blocky. It looks pretty nice. It also has the PC in. That's the 608 has it. The 607 does not. It's a nice feature if you have a laptop or something you want to plug into it. In addition, it has all the usual. It's got coaxial audio in, Toast-Link audio in. It has a remote control input and a Sirius radio input if those are things that you're using. Over here you can see it has nice banana plug style connectors for the speakers. The Zone 2 doesn't, but that's alright. This is a 7.2 possible setup, so you can plug in 7 speakers, 2 subwoofers, in addition to the Zone 2. Has a universal port. I believe they sell a iPod dock for that. You can plug in your iPod and the controls will show up on the screen. It has AM, FM radio, and it's pretty typical. The only thing that I wish it had is I wish it had a modular power supply cable, just so you could have a nicer power cable, but really that's my only complaint. Overall, it's a great receiver. It's very well priced, and you get a lot for your money.